What's up guys, it's Hannah.
And Kaden.
And today we have some very big news that we want to talk to you guys about.
We're in Maryland right now, making our way up north very slowly. So we are here just to kind of talk to you guys about some big updates that we have. And we're actually gonna go ahead and put the Maryland sticker on the back of our RV. We're in the RV now, and yeah, we have some really big things to talk to you guys about. If you guys are new to our channel, we are Hannah and Kaden. We're two 18-year-olds that 2 weeks ago moved into our RV full time. So we have been planning to travel the country for like the foreseeable future. And we've been telling you guys that we're gonna travel for years on end and we don't really know when we're gonna stop. But after posting multiple YouTube videos asking if we should go north or south or how long we should do this, how much money we should have, asking you guys so many questions, we have kind of an updated plan. So we actually kind of just wanna share that with you and update you guys on what's actually going on. First, and the biggest thing is we have kind of changed our plan and the direction that we're going. So last you guys heard, we were actually planning to go south. We were kind of questioning ourselves that actually made sense because we left in the middle of September, and going down in, towards Florida in that direction at that time of year, it would be right during hurricane season and it would still be hot. Like there's so many downsides to it. There's so much back and forth with us. So we actually decided to go north. So that's kind of the first really big thing. Number two is we actually applied for jobs in a state that we have never been to, which is so crazy, and that is kind of the big news that this video is about. We actually applied for jobs in Vermont, which we have never been to Vermont. Neither of us have ever been more north of New York City, which is like insane that we kind of just went for it. But we have decided that we're gonna kind of give ourselves the 2 months between now and when our jobs start in Vermont in 2 months to kind of just like feel out full-time RV life and see what it's like, see how much money we need to have, all of that stuff. So we want to kind of preface that this does not mean that we are not doing full-time RV life. We still are. It's just we got jobs over the winter to kind of give ourselves a break from that.
Let's start back from the beginning. You guys might remember our video when we went to a friend's house to install solar panels. And while we were there, we were at this party and someone kind of brought up if we have jobs for the winter. And at this point, we obviously didn't. And then she recommended, why don't we just work at a ski resort? And we were so shocked because we had never thought of that before. We were looking for like online jobs and like all these other different kinds of jobs, and it just never even crossed our minds to work at a ski resort, especially with how much we love snowboarding. Like, we don't know why we didn't think of that. So we got home and we immediately started applying for jobs at ski resorts, and we found this perfect one in southern Vermont, and it seemed to fit all our criteria, and we applied for lift operators. And we got the jobs. Long story short, we're excited.
This is obviously very exciting for everybody. I think it should be for you guys too, because we are going to continue making videos. And one of our biggest problems before having a job was we didn't know what we were going to do for money. So we knew that social media was hopefully going to start paying. That is our, end goal is social media to pay for all of our travels and everything. But right now it's obviously not paying enough. So we kind of had to have another option. So we were looking for online jobs that we could work while we're traveling, and we couldn't really find any online jobs. So this seemed like the perfect opportunity, especially being that snowboarding was probably gonna be our biggest expense, just because we knew we wanted a snowboard, especially getting out west. If we're snowboarding every day, that's gonna be like $100 every single day, and it just gets so expensive. So this just kind of made sense for us. Our jobs are set to start in the middle of November in Vermont. So we are super excited. We're kind of just making our way up north right now. Obviously we said we're in Maryland right now, and we started in Western North Carolina. So we're just slowly making our way up that direction. And we're planning to just head up, go all the way around Maine, and then just kind of head through New Hampshire and then back into Vermont and head south. So yeah, that's kind of our new plan now. If you guys have any questions about it, please feel free to ask. But we are super excited. And really, this does not mean that our YouTube videos are gonna change much at all. We're still gonna make videos about the RV. We're still gonna make videos about like our adventures that we do. But I think especially over the winter, it's going to be more snowboarding videos instead of like hiking videos or waterfalls, stuff like that, which is probably expected being that it's winter, but that's kind of our plan now.
And that brings us to another question that we get a lot, which is how are we going to stay in the RV during winter? And the answer for that question is we're actually not staying in the RV over winter. We got employee housing at the place we're working, but we're still going to have the RV. It's still going to be with us in the parking lot, but we're just not going to be staying in it. We are going to still winterize it and like put antifreeze and everything so that way our pipes don't burst.
We don't want you guys to think that we're just like throwing away RV life or anything, because we are definitely not. It's just kind of like taking a break from it and working, saving up more money. So that way, after we start traveling again, early 2026, we can go out west and travel wherever we want to. And we'll have a little bit more saved up. And hopefully, and our big, super out there goal is by that time in March or April of 2026, social media is paying us enough to actually live off of. You guys have been super helpful, liking and subscribing on all of our videos and, you know, pushing it out to more people so that we do start getting a little bit higher paychecks. But that is really our big goal, is to have social media paying for all of this. So we're trying to make better videos. Every single time we try and better our videos, better ourselves so that our videos get pushed out there more. But that's kind of what our new plan is looking like right now. So this also is gonna give us a chance to like lock in for a few months, obviously. Just like over the summer, how we worked like 3 months nonstop and we're just working and then coming straight to the RV, doing projects and stuff. It's gonna be the same thing over the winter. We're gonna work full time, and ski resorts up there close around 4 to 5. So it's not gonna be like super late shifts or anything. So that'll still give us the opportunity to make videos in the afternoons or work on the RV if we want to.
But yeah, this doesn't mean that we're done traveling. We still obviously will have some days off. And if we have like an extended period off, like maybe 2 days, if we have that, we will take the RV somewhere, you know, maybe to New York or upstate Vermont or any of the nearby states. Like, we're still going to be traveling in the RV, just not technically full time for a few months.
Which I think is awesome. Like, we still have the RV with us, and obviously being that it's winter time, it's going to have to be winterized, and that means that if it is snowing outside or something, it's probably not the best thing for us to be driving it. We have a bus that takes us to work from our employee housing to the mountain that we're going to be working at, so we don't really have to worry about driving it. Obviously we want to, but is it a good idea? In some situations, probably not. But we would love to do that, where if we have a couple days off, we can take it to Maine or we can take it to New York City or wherever we want to, and just have a couple days where we're still traveling, still adventuring, and still using the RV that we have been working very hard on for the past 3 months. But at the same time, we are kind of living out another part of our dream, which is working at a ski resort and snowboarding every day. I know that all this stuff that we just said is kind of like all over the place and we probably repeated ourselves a lot, but we just kind of wanted to talk to you guys and have a more serious talk about like what's going on, what are we doing, and kind of answer some of y'all's questions, because you guys ask in almost every video, are we going north or south first? Which now that you guys know that we've actually left, you see what we're doing, you see that we're obviously going north. But we just wanted you guys to kind of get updated and see exactly what we're doing. That does bring us to another question that we want to answer for you guys, and that is about our budget. So people ask us all the time, how are you budgeting for this? How are you affording it? All of that stuff. So we kind of want to break down a little bit more of how we're affording this. Of course, now that we are only traveling from mid-September to mid-November, it isn't like we're, you know, needing to save hundreds of thousands of dollars for multiple years of travel with no work at all. Like, we're going to be taking 2 months to travel with all the savings that we have from the summer and, you know, basically all the money that we saved up until this point. So to be completely honest with you guys, we don't really have a budget. We've kind of just been spending however much we need to. And we're really trying to lock in and focus on what we actually need to buy versus what we want to buy. You know, not eating out nearly as frequently, buying stuff that we need and know that we are going to actually eat versus like buying a bunch of snacks that are just going to go in the trash, stuff like that. But honestly, we really don't have a budget right now. We have enough savings and we know we have enough money to actually hold us off until we get to Vermont in mid-November. So we don't really need to really break it down a whole lot. Of course, you guys are gonna tell us it's a better idea to do that. We would probably save more money doing that. But right now, this is working for us. And we don't wanna get into a crazy groove before November, just because after that, we're kind of gonna have to go into a new lifestyle all over again. So I feel like after we work at the ski resort and after we start traveling out west, at that point, we're definitely going to need to figure out some sort of budget and actually lock in and figure out everything that we need to do. I feel like right now, these 2 months are kind of just a test run. And right now we are recording this video on Saturday, September 27th, which is 15 days into RV life. Who knows when you guys are actually going to see this, but so far, it's going pretty well for us. Honestly, we don't really have very many expenses. All we really have is RV payments, gas, of course, which is probably our biggest expense, and then groceries. So it's not like we have a whole lot. We did realize the money that we have now is really all the money that we have until the end of the year, until we start getting paychecks from the ski resort. So we decided to go ahead and pay my dad back all of the money that we owe on the RV until the end of the year. We've been paying $400 a month for the RV payment. So we paid $1,600 for September, October, November, and December. And that way it was just out of the way. We don't really have to worry about that. And that gives us all the money that we have now, we can use towards gas and groceries. And then we also have the little bit of extra money that could go towards random expenses, like the other day when we had to buy a national park pass and, you know, just random stuff like that. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down in the comments below. We read all of our comments, whether we actually are gonna take advice from every single person or not. We still love to read all the comments, so please do. But yeah, that's kind of all we have right now. We want to make a video in every single one of the states that we go to. Right now, we are obviously in Maryland. But yeah, we're kind of just doing whatever we want right now. We're just taking it slow. We're heading up north slowly. We're going to hit up New York City very soon, hopefully around my birthday in mid-October, which I think would be really exciting. But yeah, it's honestly going great. We have loved RV life so far. It's definitely had some adjusting that we've had to do. but so far it's gone pretty smoothly, honestly.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. We can't wait to hear your comments and anything you have to say. Yeah, but we'll see you guys in the next video.